I was Navy, but same thing, Army, right? It was just one initial. It was your last name and your first initial, right?
Nope.
Just your last name, Thurmond?
When you put your full name on there when you're dealing with anything legal, and your serial number.
Not me. We didn't have
RA114932228.
We didn't have those.
Yeah, you sure did.
No.
If you're in the military, you have a serial number.
No.
Officers have different numbers, but enlisted, everybody has a serial number. No, don't tell me that.
Honest to God, they didn't.
No, and then it became your Social Security number.
Well, they did away with them when I went through. That's all I know, because I was.
No. You told me you were in the 80s. Don't tell me that. I'm personnel trained.
I was an Army. I was trained office personnel.
I don't care if you're. I don't care if you're in the Space Force. Everybody has a serial number.
No.
They sure do. They had either that or the time they were using the Social Security number.
Only my
and
Social
officers
Security.
have a special number.
On all my government files is Social Security number. I swear.
Okay, so that's it. They were using the Social Security number. They stopped going through the.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Well, maybe that's why you and I are working together now, because they sent me back through with a 1985 Social Security number.
Yeah.
Now,
in 1985, by that time they had started using Social Security as a serial number.
Well,
like I said, my number is 114932228. That was my. In fact, I went from that being a reserve to a U.S. to an RA. So.
How many numbers was it?
It was 8 numbers.
Well. 460-982560. I just told you that's 10 numbers. That's my social.
That's your Social Security. They stopped using
the serial 8 number serials, and
they stopped using the
identification or serial number.
They stopped using the serial number when they went over to the Social Security number.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody has a serial number or a Social Security number.
Well, that's why the girl in the 70s traded my serial number in 75 for my Social Security number at Balboa.
Yeah, that's about the time. Yeah, that's about the time they did that.
Was 75?
That sounds good.
All right. And then in 85, when I went back through, they didn't even ask me what my serial, because your
Social Security number is your serial number.
Right. That's exactly what happened. So there we go, folks. And it's very complicated with me, because I was GS, I was reserve, I was active duty, and I worked in personnel information, and I was with OPM, Office of Personnel Management. Not to mention security intelligence level files, right? Electronically, we didn't have such files. We had hard covers. They were old manila hard cover. So I worked before we had digital files. So I'm so old they didn't even have digital, and that's the way Jan is. So, that's a whole other show we ought to do. The numbers and Social Security numbers. We could do a lot of stuff with Ace Folklife. Well, Jan, if you have time, come back tomorrow night. We can get you on Ace Folklife. Suzanne didn't show up tonight, folks. Neither did Bruce Cornett or Janet. So it must have been an important night. Oh, Jan, did you catch Thursday night the new Star Trek? Are you a Trekkie?
I don't have time for that.
Bless your heart. You really don't? It came on. I did. I watched it while I was working, but I watched it. All right. Well, we'll learn about that serial number, because that may be something that we need to put in our UFO or UAP when we switch to, it's 9 digits or not, Social Security. How many? 460. 9 digital number provides capacity for signing nearly 1 billion SSNs. Oh, man. All right. I think we've done a good job. And if you don't want to come back tomorrow night for ACE Folklife, come back next Friday.
If you want me to come back tomorrow night, I can.
Really? Yeah, as long as you're alive, let's do it. All right. Well, I'll tell Suzanne she didn't make it tonight, but we'll have you on tomorrow. All right. I'll call you tomorrow night, same time, okay? Maybe you can meet Jan and Rich and Ace Folklife. And
yeah, I thought
you like
I thought he was going to be on tonight.
I did too. So
I want to talk to him about Bigelow. I want to find out.
Okay. Well, I'll call
why Bigelow didn't like him, and I know why he didn't like me, but that's.
All right. Well,
I mean, that's another story.
Yeah. Well, he likes to talk the brain stuff too because of his dead wife or his ex-wife. But that's okay. Tomorrow night is going to be more open than just me and Jan, and we're going to work on this UAP-associates, folks. But right now we've got to be really careful, and we've got to put people in alienology and cosmology and epistemology and ontology and all the ologies. But ufology right now, Jan Aldrich was one before Army, and I was one before Navy. But we're working it out, serial and social and everything else. But you're also a historian. So ACE Folklife, folks, is art, culture, education, but it's also science, technology, history, and folklife. And folklife, because I started this in Kentucky, had to be under anthropology at the University of Kentucky. And we'll get into Kentucky and Louisville and Raw and Cutler Rucker and all that tomorrow night. All right. Well, you did a great job. You get some rest and be ready to fire it up tomorrow night. Okay, we'll do it again.
Okay.
You had a lot of spitfire tonight. I enjoyed you. We'll do it again tomorrow night, Jan. Get some good sleep. Thank you. Love and light, dear. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, I was going to play some music. I guess I was trying. It just wouldn't come on. I don't know what the deal is. That's okay.